My name is Savita.
And I'm Mansha.
I'd like to extend a warm welcome to everyone attending the IBA Awards ceremony. On behalf of the Indian Biogas Association, we cordially invite you to the second edition of the Indian Biogas Awards ceremony. It is an honor to organize this event, especially given the overwhelming response in the form of around 184 submissions received throughout the prize categories. We will go through these prize categories in more detail later, but just look at the number of applications received for the second version of this organized event. Wow! That's quite exciting and it speaks volume about the biogas industry's potential. Now, to get started, I have my colleague giving a quick overview of IBA and its activity profile.
Again, namaste and good evening to all of the attendees. I hope you're all doing well and finding the right balance between staying safe and meeting the work requirement. The award ceremony is one of IBA's innovative events that will provide joy to many people, especially during the gone by tough, difficult times. And IBA has also been extremely active throughout the pandemic period. So let's get started with some of the association's most important initiatives last year and getting on to financial year 22-23. You may see a chronological list of actions on the screen. Allow me to walk you through some of the more important ones. Having the liberty to work remotely, IBA continued to digitally connect with majority of its members over the phone and tried to comprehend the industry's ongoing pain points from a broader viewpoint. In continuation to our regular interactions, I believe most of you have taken part in IBA surveys on specific industry concerns, the election of IBA board members, the training courses on biogas basics, and even the specialized ones on paddy straw and so on.
IBA has been active in conducting series of bioenergy related webinars and conferences in digital, physical and hybrid mode. IBA firmly believes in bringing on board the knowledge of its strategic partners and has been involved in several active discussions with them. On the international level, the IBA has strong ties to a number of biogas related organizations around the world. I'm sure most of you are aware of the IBA's cooperation programs with the German Biogas Association, which is about to complete its 6th year. Likewise, IBA is also in concrete partnership with ENEMA, the Italic Association, Biogas, the Brazil Biogas Association, and the World Biogas Association. IBA is attempting to develop relationship with these organizations in order to maximize the benefits of existing synergies for the biogas industry across the globe. I would also like to point out that one of the IBA's main responsibility is to represent industry issues to the appropriate government bodies. Extension of marketing development assistant for organic manure, establishment of optimal and fair pricing of the biosynergy alongside continuation of the subsidy scheme, biogas industry standards formulations, gas grid insertion policy for CBG and the harmonization of GST structure in the industry are just a few of the current ongoing matters being taken up with the corresponding ministries.
These IB services such as the quarterly magazine, monthly newsletter, biogas mobile app, online training sessions, instructive biogas and biomethane brochures, and so on and so forth continue to expand in terms of coverage and wide acceptability within the entire spectrum of industry players. In fact, the online training program has now evolved into its new avatar, that is the self-paced learning management portal, and will as well be unveiled during the event today. Another area where the IB has recently emphasized is proper coverage of the sector through various media outlets such as the newspaper, DTH, online and so on. So that's in a nutshell some of the ongoing activities of IBA. I'm not going to harp on this too much. Now I'd handle it over to Savita to take us into the next phase and inform us about the event for which we've all gathered. It's up to you, Savita, to inform the attendees about the awards ceremony.
Thank you so much, Mansha. Indeed, the IBA is doing everything it can do to promote the industry. In reality, despite the pandemic, the entire biogas community has worked together in recent years to create a favorable environment for the industry. This has got the interest of a number of businesses which are now trying to enter the market. Without the help of a large number of individuals, corporations and startups, none of this would have been possible. Now, based on industry recommendations, IBA has taken this unique step to recognize these exemplary entities and showcase their success in order to keep the momentum going and encourage other stakeholders to invest in the biogas sector. We recognize how vital it is to have an award program for any industry, and that's why we are pleased to present the second edition of the IBA Awards Ceremony 2022. It not only acknowledges the contributors, but it also aids in the promotion of a positive image of the industry. So, as built of this event, IBA has been accepting application in 4 categories over the past few months. You can find them displayed on the screen. In the first category, applications were invited for the promising startup in the field of biogas. The following criteria have to be met in the order to consider for this category. Any recognized startup as defined by the Government of India's Startup India initiative. The startup should be involved in the biogas value chain. At the very least, the concept should be in the execution stage. The category includes any type of biogas plants, technologies, or promising models.
Then there was the second category for which applications were sought, circular waste management bio-methanation category. The following qualifications were required for this category. Any biogas related enterprise, NGO, NPO or startup were eligible to apply in this category. The applicant must effectively meet all the requirements in terms of scientific waste processing, fuel production and utilization, and nutrient recirculation. Small, medium and large scale plants were included in this category. Now comes the third category, operational excellence in biogas plants. The following criteria have to be met in order to be considered for this category. Any corporation, NGO, NPO or startup that applies in this category must have a successful track record of at least 1 year as of September 2020. This category honors candidates based on a set of criteria used to assess their operational health, efficiency and financial viability. Finally, there has been a new category inclusion in this E-Awards edition, which is the fourth and final category, Unsung Hero Waste Management. The following criteria have to be met in order to be considered for this category. Any individual, company, NGO, NPO, startups who have been in the industry for some time but somehow haven't been recognized or rewarded for their efforts. This category recognizes applicants whose achievements are yet unrecognized. Well. Each of the categories are exciting in itself, isn't it? As previously stated, the overwhelming amount of high-quality applications received in each category made evaluating and screening out the standout performers among the applicants exceedingly challenging for our onboard panel members. So now is the time to get to know the jury members and hear directly from them about their experiences in the industry and the concept of awards.
To begin with, we would like to introduce you to Dr. Claudius da Costa Gomez, who is the MD at German Biogas Association.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Greetings from Germany. My name is Claudius da Costa Gomez. I'm the Managing Director of the German Biogas Association, and I'm happy to be part of this second edition of the IBA Awards. 2022, the German Biogas Association is celebrating its 30th anniversary. After all those years contributing to the development of the biogas sector in Germany, Europe and worldwide, I'm personally very glad to see that the biogas journey is still not at an end yet. New ideas, new technologies, new solutions, and best or even better practice examples, it's all is out there. And this is what this event is all about, to the multiple challenges that the world is facing now and in the years to come. Be it energy and fertilizer production, waste management, climate protections, or possible source of income for people in rural and urban areas. Biogas plants work best when tailor-made according to the local conditions and when carefully planned. We all know that by now. But the more the biogas technology spreads across the planet, the more we need very specific local solutions in technology and handling. That's why we are very excited to see what Indian companies have come up with, state-of-the-art solutions and best practice examples. I'm a partner of IBA in a mutual project for the last 6.5 years. I'm very happy to be part of this jury again. A lot of great and inspiring applications have been handed in and closely evaluated. This leads me to thank IBA for setting up this e-ceremony and also all the people and companies participating. I just have to say, well done and keep your biogas spirit up.
Wow, that was indeed inspirational. Next, we have Dr. P. Srivastava, Executive Director, TIFAC, an autonomous body under Department of Science and Technology, Government of India.
Especially put it on record that I've got a long association with IBA, interacting with the whole team of IBA. To mention, worth mentioning Gaurav and his whole team. And then I've also interacted along with, I've represented IBA as a delegation, part of delegation to Berlin, Germany, probably in 2016, if I'm not wrong. And there when we wanted to talk about and discuss about the potentialities in biogas generation and renewable energy in India for that matter. So I think it's a proud privilege for me to be part of this discussion. It's very important as such, once we call it to be a renewable energy sector for any for Indian power sector, for global power sector as well. I think it's very important because apart from the various other sources of energy, which are the nuclear or hydro or thermal, probably renewable energy happens to be a very important. And then it has come to a lot of discussion, a lot of deliberation, a lot of evaluation of a lot of aspects of renewable energy in the change scenario, when we are really trying hard to contain, to preserve our environment, to contain our climate, to contain our societies. Probably renewable energy happens to be a big say in such an effort. Although for India, the renewable energy is about 13.5% of the total energy sector which is being generated in India, which is about, if I'm not wrong, about more than 230,000 of megawatts which are being generated in India. Renewable energy happens to be only 13%, but still probably we need to take a lot of initiative into it. And per se, all the initiatives have been taken by the solar energy, for the wind energy, and but yes, for a biopower, we can call it to be the biomass and bio-CNG taken together. Probably we have to take an initiative, and India is very well placed in biopower and biogas and bio-CNG, as we have a lot of biomass which is available, a lot of biological material which is available across India to be considered for renewable energy generation. Let me be very frank in saying that the awards in an industry definitely happen to be bring a big catapult to the whole industry. In fact, the person who are involved in those industrial processes and products, industrial activities, designing processes, designing products, designing, and more aptly to put, designing success to the industry, reaching industrial objectives. The persons, if they are rewarded through an award, probably that boosts up their morale. They gives them a big catapult. It gives them a big push towards taking on newer strides, newer initiatives for making the objectives of the industry reached and satisfied. So awards definitely happen to be a big say in any industrial sector, or for that matter, even the whole society. Awards happen to make a big say. I must congratulate IB, Indian Biogas Association. I must give all accolades to the initiative which this association is taking into Indian biogas industry, or or not only in the biogas industry, but even the potential biogas industries which can come up in India as a measure towards climate control and environmental control. Probably the initiatives being taken by IBA are really, lot of accolades to it, lot of congratulations to it for the initiatives it's taking, and specifically in the initiatives on devising, the policies, the roadmap, and the app, the management, evaluation of the feasibility services. I think it's a huge responsibility with this association is taking, and then having taken those initiatives and finding industries coming on those road for a successful renewable energy, what do you call it, renewable energy roadmap for India. Probably these awards definitely will make a big change, big understanding, and big dissemination of the information, and create a more of sensitization of it in the society. Probably this is what IBA is doing, and that's going to is a good job and good success to it. Biopower generation technologies, biogas technologies, as well as also being heading an institution like TIFAC, which works on assessment of technologies. I think myself being on the panel of jury for the Biogas Award is a big contribution for my effort towards biogas industry and biogas generation in India.
Really, sir, your vision and commitment towards driving innovation solutions is simply phenomenal. Now, our next panelist is Mr. Deepak Gadia, who is widely popular as Deepak Bhai and is known for his solar installations across the globe. Based out of Muni Seva Ashram, Baroda, he involved in wide array of social work and believes in leading an aesthetics life. Can we have Deepak Bhai on screen, please?
First of all, I would like to thank IBA and Gaurav and your whole team of IBA for this honor of sharing our views, or my view, and introducing myself. My name is Deepak Gadia, and I'm a social entrepreneur. I returned to India from Germany after becoming an engineer and decided to do something for the society. But then decided to follow the entrepreneur route, and I was very fortunate to have brought from Germany the world's first solar concentrated technology to India and successfully commercialized that. And I've been working in the field of solar and sustainability and biogas for the last 35 years. See, as I said, when we returned from Germany to India to do something for India, we identified that India needs to do something about sustainability. And especially, we started with doing something for deforestation, and we started with solar. And then decided to offer something for cooking, because 50% of the world population at that time, and unfortunately even now, cooks on open fire, and 3.2 million women and children die because of the smoke in the kitchen. So we started offering solar cooking system, and then because there was no technology which could fry and cook, we brought a technology of a concentrator where we can cook. And then our company, Gadia Solar, went on to become one of the world's largest company offering cooking systems. And so I'm convinced that renewable energy is something which can play a very big role to protect environment. When we started, it was for deforestation, but now we know that it's not just about that. It's about climate change. It is about energy security, and it is about protecting even financial security for the people who are now not able to meet the ever-increasing cost of energy to survive, from cooking to everything. And biogas, yes, biogas is a fantastic technology. Like I always say that I earned my name and money in solar, but I'm convinced that biogas is the future. So I invested in a biogas company in 2010, and fortunately, we were very fortunate that we could work on the existing technology of biogas and brought in new technologies also in the field of biogas, right from biogas bottling to and all. And I think biogas and bio-methanation is a technology which is a win-win-win because it takes care of waste disposal. it gives you energy, and it gives you fertilizer, which is very important, organic fertilizer for providing healthy food. So I think, yes, renewable energy has played a vital role, but with more awareness on climate crisis and more and more people wanting to do work on climate change, I think renewable will find more applications and use and acceptance in the time to come. I think it's a great initiative, and I'm glad that IBA is doing that, because unfortunately what happens is that unlike other industries, renewable energy is an area where the satisfaction or gratification is not instant, neither financially, neither in form of recognition. Because very often, I remember very clearly when I decided to come to India and work in field of solar, my father was very upset and saying, look, that's something, it could be a hobby, it cannot be a profession, it cannot be something from which you can make a living. And it's waste of time. You are an engineer, you should do something more sexy at that time was to work in IT or whatever. But I decided to work in renewables. And I think by recognizing people, by giving award, you're at least giving them that satisfaction that, yes, you are on the right track, you are doing something good for the country, for the world, for the environment. And that at least keeps them continuing to pursue their passion and persevere and survive in a field which takes very long time to succeed. I'm very proud to be associated with Indian Biogas Association. It started thanks to Gaurav, and I was the founding chairman of Indian Biogas Association. And I've seen that Gaurav and Dr. Shukla and the whole team has taken this whole initiative forward, and it has turned out into a very professional organization with several members doing a lot of lobbying work, from a lot of promotion work for industries, and even now doing capacity building. But this initiative of offering virtual award is something which has been missing. You know, like you keep on hearing about people receiving award for solar or for wind. But biogas is an area which has always not got its due recognition, because it has always been seen something as a rural technology, but it's not true. Now we all know that now with new technology having been brought in, where now biogas is not just a gas used for cooking, but it can be used for bottling, and can be used for running vehicles, it can be used for electricity, it can be used for power generation, tri-generation. So I think this virtual recognition, and I'm glad it's virtual now, and we are not waiting for Corona or COVID to get over, because I think the society continues to grow and work even during COVID time. This virtual award will encourage people who are working in the field to continue, and the recognition will help them to get funding, to get perhaps support from their family members and their friends who otherwise looked upon down, saying they are doing something which is not relevant or important. I think this award is virtual award idea of IBA is really praiseworthy. And as I said, it's an honor for me to be a jury panel on the jury panel to find out who are the people who are eligible for awards and who will be given award. And for me, it's also learning, because there are so many people doing such great work, and it's not possible for me or for anyone to keep an eye on all. And here IBA has gone around and identified people who have done some praiseworthy work. And we may not be able to give an award to everyone, but the very fact that now we know about them, about their work, and maybe even if they don't become an award winner, but the very fact that they are selected, they have come into our eye, is going to create a learning platform for us and for them, and connect us. And this award, which will be given, selected by the jury, also shows that it is not a fancy of one person who is just giving an award to someone else, but that it is being scrutinized by a series of professionals coming together with a different background, cross-section of society, and then recognize the people whom we think are deserving. So it's a big honor and also a big responsibility, because it's always very difficult to remain neutral, because there are people whom you know from your past, but you still have to be neutral and make sure that the award goes to someone who is deserving and not to someone we know.
We must agree the way Deepak Bhai has dedicated his life for national welfare. It's simply uncomparable. And now we had the privilege to have 3 elite professors on board as the part of his team jury panel. Firstly, let me introduce you to Dr. Hadran Rabeck, who is Professor of Technical University of Berlin. Let's hear it from Professor.
My name is Jadran Vrabec, and I'm a professor of thermodynamics at Technical University of Berlin. And I have devoted basically all of my life to an academic endeavor, mostly really in theoretical thermodynamics, but also with a significant kick into energy technology and also process engineering. So again, I am a professor of thermodynamics now in Berlin. Before I have been in Stuttgart University, in Bochum University, and in Paderborn University. So I spent my life in this academic environment. My relation to India is also relatively extensive. I have had really many dozens, maybe 50 students, mostly from different places of the Indian Institute of Technology locations all over the country. And I have enjoyed the interaction with these people a lot. I think that a sustainable energy generation or energy conversion, to be more exact, is something that the whole world knows now that we really have to get there. We really must get there. It's kind of universally agreed upon. However, we still rely on concepts of the 19th century to a really large extent, which is harmful and which is absolutely something that we have to stop. We need to stop. But nonetheless, it's a gigantic task to really make that happen. And the specific biogas, biomethane field can be a part of it, an important part of it, perhaps even more so in places like India, where simply due to the strong insulation and the very strong vegetation that can grow there, that it can make a significant and more significant contribution to a sustainable energy supply than elsewhere in the world. So that new ideas often are hidden. And that's why I think that awards, technological awards for new ideas, which may also not be fully thought through to the very last end and also tested in the market, is something that is, well, giving highlights to new things. And through that is very, very valuable for people who are trying to contribute. It's very open in its focus. For people who want to contribute and explain their ideas and give them a larger audience. And that is something which is very, very much encouraging for the industry at large. I'm very grateful to be part of the jury panel. It's some work to be done. I did this already in the first edition of this award a little more than a year ago. And it was very intriguing to go through these projects because they were very diverse. They were taking things from quite different angles. It was really interesting for me to go through that. And what was also very interesting was that, of course, energy is working with material which is in the place. And this means, because it is an Indian award, that it also shed light on the environment, for me as an external one, shed light on the environment where these projects are being developed. And that was really interesting. Once more, thank you very much for the invitation to take part in this virtual award again.
That's simply inspirational, and we are obliged to have you in our jury panel. Then we have on board Professor Amit Garg, who is Professor Public Strategy at IIM Ahmedabad. Can we have Professor Garg on screen, please?
My name is Amit Garg. I am a professor at Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. I have been teaching here for almost 14 years now, and I work in the domains of energy, clean energy, carbon, climate change, and the related policy domains. I am also involved with the international efforts such as UN Framework Convention Climate Change. I'm their lead reviewer, who reviews the inventory of developed countries and their reports. I am also a lead author of Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change for about 4 reports. And I work on many European and Indian projects. I lead them. Energy is very imperative for growth. If you see where India is presently, we need a lot of energy to grow. link it with human development index, we need a good amount of final energy consumption. That is one thing. Second thing, that we are also passing through challenging times as far as climate change is concerned. And for that, our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji at Glasgow COP26 has given a vision to the world, including for India, that we should be reaching net zero emission by 2070. And also along with that, many other targets in the path. Now, this net zero requires lot of transitions in the energy sector, moving towards green energy, maybe making we are very much coal dependent country. About 72% energy power generation is coming from coal. So we have to slowly transition. I'm not saying moving away, but in coal, in energy, in related sustainable goals, we have to look for green energy, energy that also provides sustenance to farmers at ground level, and also the energy spurs industrial growth and development. For that, bioenergy is extremely good for India. We have been using bioenergy, but very traditional form of bioenergy. We are transiting to cleaner form of bioenergy, which is, for example, biomass pellets, which can be mixed with coal for burning in our coal plants, ethanol, biodiesel, which can be blended with our petrol and diesel to reduce our traditional consumption of fossil fuels. So that is the second one. Third and most important is biogas and biomethane, which are required and which could be done, created from at the village level, in fields, near to the fields, farming. So that, I think, is the big challenge which we are having. Those transitions require creating new business models, new systems, promoting the grassroots level innovations. And I think Indian Biogas Association doing quite tremendous work in spreading biogas and biomethane and bioenergy into the world. The awards are always good, positive. They send positivity, and the people who are maybe from startups, from innovative systems, they get a boost when their work is recognized at a all India level or at a big platform. It provides them also I think, pedestal to maybe make big business opportunities, big business initiatives. So awards are very important and very, I think, positive reinforcement to the whole game. I have been very fortunate and lucky to be part of these virtual awards. Mr. Gaurav Kedia has been interacting. I've been interacting with him and with his whole team. This has been, I think, a lot of learning experience for me. I never realized that these type of initiative in different streams could be taken. And when you realize, you interact with them, you see the enthusiasm, you see the response of people involved, and I have become very charged by this interaction on being in panel with so many experts and looking at so many initiatives. Something which should be made more visible to the world, maybe more companies, I would say, more businesses, more institutions, even the government should come forward and attend these award ceremonies and maybe take these forwards, because these are one of its kind in India and maybe also in the world. We have seen in Europe many awards of this kind, but maybe the Indian Biogas Association is doing a human service to the country in promoting these things. I feel very, very honored to be part of this jury.
Surely, sir, you are a real motivator and the industry is proud to have a mentor like you.
It was indeed pleasure to hear from all our esteemed jury panelists. Now it's time for the real thing for which we have been waiting for so long. Yes, it's time for declaring the nominations across the 3 award categories. In the first category, that is Promising Startup, the top 3 nominations in random order are... Now, each one of our nominees are doing excellent in what they do, and it was a tough call for our esteemed juries to demarcate amongst the nominees. But in a competition, winners are to be announced. So we have best performers for the first category. Let's find out the results in the reverse order. So Mansa, are you ready?
Yes, I'm excited to bits.
So here we go. The runner-up goes to...
National Dairy Development Board spearheaded the famous dairy cooperative movement in India. NDDB continues to support the dairy cooperatives in overall dairy development of the country. All of us know the dairy sector in India is still dominated by the smallholder dairy farmers, and any initiative which we take at NDDB, we focus on these smallholder dairy farmers. When we started with manure management initiative of ours, our focus was clear in terms of sufficing the clean cooking energy needs of these smallholder dairy farmers. At the same time, helping them to understand the use of bioslurry in their agriculture fields, at the same time the benefits they can accrue out of this. We also went a step further and we realized that this initiative has to be focused on the women dairy farmers. It is the woman who is going to ultimately benefit from this type of initiative which is focused on biogas plants. All women manure cooperative, which is Mujhkuwa Sakhi Khad Sahkari Mandli. The cooperative, which is actually helping these women take the benefits from the biogas plants, has gone a step further also. They are promoting the use of bioslurry in their own agriculture feeds, but at the same time aggregating these slurry based on defined quality parameters which we have helped them to establish. And these parameters, when the slurry is aggregated, this slurry is actually value added, and value added organic fertilizers are produced from this bioslurry. Farmers have gone beyond in terms of earning from the bioslurry sale, and which is very crucial. It's not only saving which biogas is contributing towards, but it's an earning through bioslurry sale. At the same time, these women are getting these earnings in their bank accounts also, which is very much helping them to improve their status in the family, which is very crucial at this point of time. Overall, what we see at NDDB is it's a benefit which is accruing to almost every stakeholder with this manure initiative. And if we can work with our dairy farmers, it's not only dairy or milk which is going to benefit the farmers, but the dung has huge potential to benefit. So we at NDDB are committed to scale up such initiatives, replicate such initiatives across the country. Thank you.
Many congratulations. Now for the winner in this category is... Wow, many congratulations. Let's have their video on screen, please.
Hi, welcome to Dodla Dairy Limited Culinary Unit. I am Viresh Dudara, Plant Manager. Our motivation behind the project what we are doing in the biogas is threefold motivation. That is economical, environmental, and national. Then economical, saving the wood and LPG by utilizing the biogas in boiler and canteen. The economical, using the biogas as a fuel instead of letting it go to the atmosphere as methane, as the main component of the biogas has 26 times global warming potentials as compared to carbon dioxide. And the national, by saving LPG, we are helping to improve energy security of our nation as a major portion of the LPG is imported. The biogas is a clean, non-polluting, low-cost fuel, and it contains 55 to 75% methane. The biogas plant does not require any extra energy for generation process. Our biogas plant has a unique environmental friendly, low cost capital operation project, and dairy effluent wastewater is high in COD, BOD, organic inorganic matters. For treatment of dairy wastewater, there are several methods are available, but dairy wastewater responds to best to the biological treatment only. Use of anaerobic digestion process, which generates biogas and consumes 75% less power as compared to conventional aerobic process. More than 75% of decomposition takes place in the digestion only. The produced gas, which is renewable source and which is we are replacing in canteen and boiler daily, and the treated water, which is a tune of 2.5 lakhs liters per day on average, saving most precious natural resource water. By giving this treated water to nearby farmers free of cost, we are helping them in reducing their power cost and augmenting their income as well. The total mitigated carbon emissions over the 4 years are 204,000 kgs. Our biogas plant contribution to country and the world is reducing the consumption of LPG, food, and electricity by utilizing the biogas. Biogas will be competed with fossil energies and other renewable energies profitable for dairy plant and favorable for the national economy. Biogas production becomes more efficient, achieves decreasing cost of production, and creates supportive business environment. Thank you very much for IBA giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Congratulations to all the winners of this category. The mementos to all the winners shall be sent to your respective addresses. Other applicants who somehow could not make it to the final 3 should not get disheartened. Remember, ever tried, ever failed. No matter, try again, and they will be receiving their certificates for their respective contributions to the cause.
Moving on to the second category of awards. So in the second category, that is circular waste management, bio-methanation category, the top 3 nominations in random order are right then, let's find out the winners in reverse order. And the runner-up in this category is congratulations. Let's have their video on screen, please.
IoT Biogas Private Limited is a 100% subsidiary of Indian Oil Tanking Mumbai. Is currently operating a biogas-based power plant in Namakkal. The Namakkal city is well known for transportation services and also called as a egg city due to its large production of poultry eggs. And IoT Biogas having expertise in building the biogas plants, and we can treat organic waste, animal waste, and agricultural waste residue also to produce power as well as compressed biogas. Apart from these two, we also produce a high quality premium organic fertilizer which is having very good quality of nutrients. It can be used for all kind of crops also. And IoT Biogas is capable to design and build biogas plants based on the available substrate mix in the region. In Namakkal, the plant is handling about 200 to 300 tons of substrates in a day and capable to produce 25,000 cubic meter of raw biogas, which has been used to produce power as well as compressed biogas. And this waste can be, after the digestion, the waste will be converted as a organic fertilizer also. The quality of the organic fertilizer is exceeding the FCO norms as per the fertilizer control order. And Namakkal plant is one of the kind of plant able to handle multiple feedstocks, and that's where the inspiration we took it from our own experience, and we are confident enough to build such plants in the state, as we are handling very 1% or 2% of the waste which is available in the Namakkal city. As for the statistical data, the city is producing around 1,500 tons of poultry waste in a day, and Namakkal plant is only handling about 50 to 60 tons of poultry waste. So with that, we can put up many plants in the region and we can convert those waste into the useful form of energy. By doing this, we also helping the environment to capturing the carbon emissions and to ensure to produce a carbon neutral fuel. It's completely emission free, and also the economical savings also on the greater impact.
The winner in this category is many congratulations. Let's have a glimpse of their work on screen.
Namaskar. It's a matter of pride and great privilege for Lars Enviro to accept this unique IBA award second time. We have been working in biogas field since last 25 years and happy to have supplied our projects across India and also in more than 22 countries. We introduced biogas option in 27 types of industries, be it for wastewater treatment or for waste to energy project. We are proud of our 325 plus full-scale biogas digesters designed to produce cumulative biogas with an equivalent CBG generation potential of about 1100 TPD. We believe that our contribution to biogas field since last 25 years is recognized through this award. Thanks IBA for this award, appreciation and acknowledgement of a good work done by us and our clients. I dedicate this award to our chairman Shri B.L. Vaswani for his vision of making Lars Enviro a customer-centric and a trustworthy organization. We always believe that waste are misplaced precious resources, and it's our mission to place these resources at right place in right way in the value chain. Whether it is a Satat scheme or Govardhan Yojana, eventually rural population will get benefited in biogas ventures by additional income, entrepreneurship opportunities, employment generation, and access to cheaper fuel and organic manure. Such upliftment in rural economy inspires us to do more of such projects in India and Southeast Asia. I'm sure biogas would also play a significant role in achieving Government of India's target of reaching an enhanced target of 500 gigawatt renewable power by 2030. We are happy to be a part of this journey as well. With increasing incidences and evidences of damages due to chemical fertilizers, organic manure can find a safe and sustainable economic solution for this problem. Once it gets due share of credit and attention, no wonder manure would soon find its space equally appealing as that of CBG as a co-product. My compliments to IBA for an excellent and pioneering work being done to bring all stakeholders here in India in the value chain of biogas, and that too on a single platform. IBA, keep doing such good work. Thanks IBA. Thank you all. Namaskar.
Once again, congratulations to all the winners of this category. As for the earlier category, the mementos to all the winners shall be sent to your respective addresses.
Let's have a look at the top 3 nominations of the Operational Excellence in Biogas Plants category. So, the top 3 nominations in random order are: congratulations all for making it to the final round, and if I am to reiterate views of some of the juries, each one of the final nominees in this particular category are equally potent to be the winners, and there was hardly anything to distinguish. However, winners are to be announced. So, the runner-up in this category goes to congratulations! Can we have a short glimpse of their incredible journey on the screen, please?
I am Samir Rege, Director in Melham Group. Melham, it's a Sanskrit word. Mel is mela, waste, and hema is gold in Sanskrit. So we, for the past 26 years, have the Midas touch of converting waste into gold. We basically in Melham set up a lot of biogas plants which can be used for either cooking or boiler fuel or electricity generation, or now even as compressed biogas or a replacement as an auto fuel. greenhouse gases like methane, carbon dioxide from getting into the environment, and at the same time we are avoiding the smell nuisance. So we have had some projects set up in a lot of industrial areas which are right next to the canteen. So people can eat their food right next to a waste treatment plant or a biogas plant, and the best part is the food is cooked on the same biogas that is generated from the waste. So this is what has been inspiring us. We are doing our bit for the environment and leaving behind a legacy. We want people to bless us for the kind of projects that we have set up, which are long term. We are very lucky to have some projects which are in the range of 25 to 30-year contracts, and a feather in our cap is Nasik city. Today we handle the entire waste of Nasik city of almost 600 tons per day, and we are converting that into various byproducts, and it's a showcase product and a showcase model for us. So thank you so much. Jai Hind.
And now the winner in this category is many congratulations. Let's have the winners on screen, please.
Keeping in mind the world's ever-increasing energy demand, it only makes sense to consider alternative environmentally friendly options that can mitigate the current climate crisis that is caused by the excessive usage of traditional fossil fuels. Also, considering the impact that events such as the Russia-Ukraine war can have on the energy markets, it becomes essential for nations to explore and adapt options for producing energy locally without the reliance on foreign fuels. With this view, biogas becomes a natural contender of being one of the many energy alternatives that can help nations become cleaner, greener, and help them pave the way towards an energy independent future. The best placed countries when it comes to the potential of using biogas. With the ever increasing human and cattle population, India is blessed with having one of the largest feedstock quantums in the world. Considering that this feedstock is used constructively, it can significantly change the energy dynamics of our country, especially since we move towards a gas-based economy. Furthermore, the amount of natural organic fertilizer that can be created as a byproduct from these biogas plants can really help reduce our country's reliance on carcinogenic chemical-based fertilizer and can help enrich and rejuvenate the soils of our nation. Since the past 12 years, Atmos Power has been continuously striving to perfect its biogas upgradation technology that could help India tap into its full biogas potential. Starting from increasing operating efficiencies to solving the larger problem of methane slippage, which is often an overlooked but extremely significant problem. Nevertheless, equipped with an experience of setting up more than 90 plants across Asia, Atmos Power has perfected a technology that has an extremely low operating cost and the capability of reducing methane losses to less than 1%. This reduction in methane losses can be taken into perspective by considering the fact that the biogas upgradation market is plagued with technologies that have methane losses upwards of 15 to 20%. When one considers that this methane loss directly translates to an actual loss of 15 to 20% of revenue, the loss becomes quite palpable. Furthermore, the environmental impact caused by this high methane loss is equally damaging, if not more, considering its global warming potential. In addition to the above technology, Atmos Power is also working on multiple other technologies for hydrogen, methanol, etc. that can help harness the full potential of biogas. During the second wave of the COVID pandemic, Atmos Power halted production at all its manufacturing facilities to only manufacture medical oxygen plants for hospitals across India in need of oxygen. So Atmos Power usually has a lead time for design, engineering, and manufacturing commissioning oxygen plants of about 4 months. However, considering the crisis and with the dedicated team that we have, we managed to design, manufacture and commission more than 150 oxygen plants across India in a short span of 5 months.
Well, Before moving to the final category, I would like to rope in our president, Dr. Shukla, to launch the self-paced learning platform, which is going to enlighten scores of enthusiasts towards their forthcoming endeavor in the biogas industry.
The IBA learning portal.
That learning portal is looking quite exciting, isn't it? I'm surely going to try my hands at it. Suggest you as well to try browsing it once. So now we enter into the last leg of our award ceremony, which we specially introduced on People Demand. Let's have a look at the top 3 nominations in the Unsung Hero Waste Management. Top 3 nominations in random order are... Congratulations all for making it to the final round, and if I am to retrieve views of some of the juries, each one of the final nominees in this particular category are equally potent to be the winner, and there was hardly anything to distinguish. However, winners are to be announced. So, the runner-up in this category goes to... Congratulations! Can we have a short glimpse of them on screen, please?
Hi, my name is Environmental, the most popular team member of Sahas. We help everyone to adopt a zero waste lifestyle. पर सबको लगता है हमारा काम एनी मेनी इजी है क्या? Let's hear it from my team. My friends call me गीला सूखा.
I am called the कचरे वाली दीदी.
Graduated from IIT, working in waste. What a waste.
अरे अब ये सेग्रीगेशन का क्या है ना, ऑफिस में छोड़कर आ रुखसार, इरिटेट मत कर हमें.
On holiday मैं फैमिली चीजेस में, आज कूड़ा नहीं उठाने जाना क्या?
Is this work for real? ये भी कोई जॉब है क्या?
He went from Infosys to sanitation to waste. What a great fall. Educated people throwing waste from their balconies, and if you question them,
कुछ भी कर लो, कचरा तो हम यहीं डालेंगे. क्या कर लोगे?
At least 25% of the people shut the door on your face without even hearing you.
Dependency on so many external stakeholders makes life tough. Oh, does it even bother people?
It's not easy, right? It's our passion to have a society where nothing is waste. Over the years, Sahas has come to live by its name, which means courage. We've been an organization that is never afraid to take challenges. What has been the key milestones in this journey?
We closed this year with projects in 18 districts, impacting 5.83 lakh end beneficiaries and handling about 50 tons of waste per day.
Oh, you mean cleanup drives?
No. We work to systematically eliminate the need for cleanup drives.
Our ultimate goal is that there is no waste at all.
We campaign on zero waste living.
Implement source segregation and set up well monitor collection system,
which is further sorted and sent for recycling.
We can cut down by almost 90% of what you send out to landfill.
We are showing these sustainable examples all over the country.
But we forgot Alag Karo.
Yes, we set foot in North with Alag Karo, and in a matter of just 3 years, we added 8 more projects to North. Alag Karo was my first project in Sahas, and we had huge targets, 40,000 apartments and the whole of DLF Cyber City, with 500 offices and eateries.
But we did it and won so many awards.
Picture abhi baki hai dost, but for now let's celebrate.
Let's pledge nothing is waste. Sahas.
For the last time, for the winner in this category is... Many congratulations. Let's have them on
again, lots and lots of congratulations to all the winners, nominees, and all the applicants. Surely, all of you are true champions in real sense and are in fact the torch bearers of this growing industry. Once again, I reiterate that the mementos to all the winners shall be sent to your respective addresses. Other applicants who somehow couldn't make it to the nominations or the final 3, this should be cherished as well for your tremendous contribution to the society. Keep your face always towards the sunshine and shadows will fall behind you. All the qualified applicants will be receiving their certificates for the respective contributions.
Also, many thanks to the attendees of this award show who has in fact made the evening really priceless. We have now come to the end of this award evening and wish you all a pleasant and safe night ahead. Remember to maintain distance socially and connect emotionally, as there is the light in the darkest and deepest woods.
खोल के पंख मेरे कहता है परिंदा, अभी और उड़ान बाकी है.
जमीन नहीं है मंजिल तुम्हारी, अभी पूरा आसमान बाकी है. Signing off for now, we wish you all thanks and bye on behalf of Indian Biogas Association. Namaste.